If somebody is using fear to make you feel some kind of way, it's usually not a good thing. If something is good for you, you don't need to fear somebody into doing it, okay? They would just know. This is for anybody who is either A, interested in living a more spiritual life, I guess, being on a spiritual path, incorporating spiritual routines to their self care and all the stuff like that. If you don't care about it, then I don't even know why you're on this page at this point, because clearly my clearly my content is going to be about bettering yourself through spiritual care and all the things. But anyways, I've been on this whole kick where I've been trying to follow more people who have the same views as me and on the same journey as me. So I was on YouTube and I looked up spirituality, spiritual journey, and stuff like that. After watching a couple videos of amazing new people that I've discovered, I discovered this video. It pretty much was saying that spirituality is bad and it's evil and all the things like that, and it can open you up to evil things and all the things that you guys have probably seen in my comment section. It's like what most people think, I guess, when they hear anything about spirituality or sometimes even astrology. So I just wanted to set the record straight, okay? Like what this lady was talking about and all the crazy experiences she had, and I was like listening to this story. I'm like, oh my gosh, no wonder people's, I guess, out here thinking that I've just sold my soul and I'm on the other side and all the things. I empathize and I get why a lot of people, whenever they hear spirituality and sometimes astrology, freak out and think that, oh no, that's evil, don't do that, that's opening yourself up to. I get all that because of stories like this lady's. But I just want to say this, okay? We all know what's right from wrong, right? You know, if you're signing up for a new club, for say, and you start doing the club, you go to the club meetings or whatever, and the club is trying to deter you from your core values or who you are, and you just feel not right because the club is making you do things that you never would do and you just don't feel good about it. If the club is literally telling you to do stuff like worship the devil, you know right from wrong, right? So you wouldn't do something like that, right? So I essentially look at it like, I just don't understand stories. And I'm not trying to be like, I get there are certain people who are just, maybe they grew up and they weren't taught, like, I guess, like right from wrong. I don't know. I know everybody grows up differently, and some people are even like maybe easily manipulated or easily strayed or maybe lonely, I guess, and looking for some acceptance, and they join groups. Or I just want people to know that whatever you do in life, listen to your intuition. If something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't right. And also, stop listening to random people. Look at who you're getting your information from. Okay, please. There's so much people spreading misinformation out there. It's so freaking scary. Especially when you get to people talking about spirituality, there's bad people everywhere. There's bad spiritual people, there's bad religious people. You just gotta be smart, use your discernment. And yeah, that even includes me. I mean, I know I'm just a random person on the internet talking to you, but I'm not coming on here claiming to be an expert like a lot of people are. I'm a 27-year-old girl who's on my own journey, and you can watch me, okay? I'm just trying to show you guys the process of everything, take you guys along the journey. Let's see what happens. Put on, buckle up, okay? So question people who claim to be an expert without any proof, without any nothing. They don't got no ratings, they don't have nothing, they're just out here just pretending to be an expert. You know how easy it is for me to come on this camera and make up a story? And another freaking thing, I'm so tired of people who fear monger. I just, like, randomly that word popped into my head a while ago. And if somebody is using fear to make you feel some kind of way, it's usually not a good thing. Look up the word fear mongering. I believe that's what you call it. Look up the definition of that. It's when people use the tactic of use fear-based psychology to scare you into doing something. If somebody has to scare you into doing something or put fear into your mind, make you not do something or do something, that's usually not a good thing. If something is good for you, you don't need to fear somebody into doing it, okay? They would just know. You just have to be smart, please, and whatever you do, whatever practices, whoever you even go to, whether that's a therapist or a freaking spiritual advisor, look up their reviews, okay? Do your homework on these people that you are getting information from. I'm literally just like, hey, listen, I'm a 27-year-old girl who wants to connect with herself in a deeper way, who knows that there's more to life than a lot of us know, okay? And who really resonates with connecting with yourself on a spiritual level. I believe in intuitiveness. I believe in people who are gifted. I believe in the healers. I believe that God is more than what this box that people like to put him in. And I freaking believe that we have the power to use whatever that we want to better ourselves, whether, as long as it's not hurting anyone or ourselves. Can I get an amen? I'm just kidding. I'm just like more free spirited with my belief. And even when I think about like, I want to clear this up because, I feel like when I mentioned how I didn't want to be identified as Christian anymore, that doesn't mean that I'm not Christian. I'm not even going to, the point is, I don't want to label myself anymore because labels make people put you in a box. And I'm tired of these dang boxes, okay? I am so freaking tired of a box. I don't want to be put into nothing, okay? I want to just do me and figure out what I like, and that's me, like I'm tired of it. I'm not saying I'm not a Christian, okay? I'm not saying I am. I'm not saying I'm not. I believe in God. I love God. I don't know what y'all talking about, but my relationship with God, is A1. Okay? We good over here. All right? So all that other stuff, or whoever you listen to, this he say, she say, this story, this person, is not about the thing. It's not about the spirituality. It's not about the spirit. It's not about the spiritual practices that they're doing. It's the person. Okay? Some people just need to go get help. And that's okay. Sometimes we need to start looking at ourselves instead of pointing the finger at everything else and everybody else. Sometimes we need to look at ourselves and be like, I need help. And that may mean going to church more if that resonates with you. That may mean more reading the Bible more if that resonates with you. That may mean doing all two and going to therapy if that resonates with you. Or that may mean seeing a spiritual advisor, doing more meditation, journaling, all the things. Like, stop trying to say this or that for people. I'm not for that. I'm not on that this or that team. It's about self-awareness. That's why I love me some Gary Vee, because he preaches self-awareness. And a lot of people aren't ready for that self-awareness. It's easy to point the finger at everybody else. And please stop using God. Keep God out of this, okay? God don't agree with most of y'all people out here that be talking about God. God himself ain't agreeing with a lot of the things that y'all are talking about. For instance, I started meditating, and that is the reason why I started to worship the devil and do all these bad things or whatever. That has nothing to do with it's not the meditation. If you decide that you're going to worship something bad, that's your mindset. It's easy to put the blame on everything else instead of looking deep into yourself and questioning why you think the way that you think, or why you're starting to lean into dark things or evil things, or why you want to worship something like the devil, or why you're having these thoughts. It's probably the things that you're listening to, like the people that you're listening to and what they're saying, but it's not spirituality or astrology. I don't know. It just makes me upset because here I am hearing like stories like this and making the connection like, okay, wow, this is why people are fearful or like freak out anytime anybody says the word spirituality. Everybody wants to like throw a Bible in your face. Literally throw it, like, because it's like, and freak out. And anything that you do, anything in life, it can turn bad. It always depends on the reasoning why you do things. It's about the person. Yes, there are bad people in this world that use things to do bad things. People who are religious and people who are not. There's always going to be things that could be used for bad and good. Yeah, do people use spiritual practices for bad? Sure, of course. Are there Christians out here who use the fact that they're Christian to justify the things that they have done or choose to have do in the present and the past? Heck yeah, of course. I mean, it's always gonna be that. So it's just like, instead of playing the blame game, let's everybody point the freaking fingers into ourselves instead of pointing, oh, this is that and this is that, when it's just like not true. It's just, I don't know. It just makes me mad because I have to get on camera. I don't have to, but it's like, I don't want people to think, especially the people who are actually interested, because like meditating is effing amazing. Like, and if you think that makes you have evil spirits or connect yourself, then maybe you need to go and, I don't know, like really look at yourself and think, why do you have those thoughts? Who have you been listening to, number one? And please don't blame God, because that's another way for you to point the finger and divert the thing. Like, do I believe in like being intuitive and people being gifted? And that is a whole nother thing that a lot of people aren't ready to even talk about, or let alone hear. A lot of people, most people, and that's fine. But do I believe that can make you open to a lot of things, make you more vulnerable, or like, let's just say easily influenced? Probably. But with that, you have to discern who you listen to and what's right and what's wrong and what feels right and what doesn't feel right. And of course, maybe things that aren't good feel good. But if something is evil, it's evil. We know what that looks like. We know what bad looks like. We know we shouldn't worship a devil. We know like, I just don't, like, I just hate how this world is turning into like a this or that. And it's crazy because, and not this world, but I would say like America, like, it's crazy how we're called the United States of America, but we're more divided. That's just not the way to live. In my opinion, you can live the way that you want, but I just feel like this whole like, you're identified as this, so you shouldn't do this, and blah blah blah. If you're on this side, you should not do that. Like, I believe that this life brings a bunch of things that could benefit us all, and everyone would benefit from doing what works for them. And if that means doing a little bit of something from here and a little bit of something from there, and combining and whatever, making your cocktail as to what self-care and self-love and self-confidence and self-growth looks for you, then that's your cocktail, okay? But everybody don't even want to make a cocktail. It's just like a water team juice, you know what I'm saying? Not a watered down juice. Why can't you blend the water in the juices? You know what I'm saying? Let's start blending our water and juices, man, okay? Because that's how you figure out what works for you as an individual, rather than you doing something that somebody said works for you or works for them. And that's why I don't fit with you, because you're a water juice type of person. You're trying to listen to I don't even know what I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying? I know it's more complex than this, but I just wanted to talk about it. Put my 2 cents in very generally. So yeah.